Hello again, it's Jimmy at O'Reilly's Mobile Mechanics, and we're back here at this VW Golf 2.0 GT TDI. So on our last video we done some diagnostic tests and we determined that there's no vacuum holding in the actuator there. So we're going to get that changed over today. We've got a replacement part here. We're going to start by unplugging the airflow meter. Unplug the vacuum from the airbox there. So we've got those disconnected. Open this bolt up in here. That is a 5mm Allen bolt. We'll open the clamp off the air pipe here, hose, whatever you call it. Use these pliers here to clamp it together and get it out. Disconnect these plastics from here, and this pipe is already loose anyway. Now we can disconnect this just by giving it a pull up. So we're just going to squeeze these tabs in and pull this out, just like that. Squeeze that together. Now we need to disconnect the other end of this pipe, which is down here. Got a 7mm little bolt down there. Just try and get my hand down there on that. There. So I'm using a 1/4" ratchet on a 7mm. Slipped off there. Get it back on. Okay, we're going to open this up. That's loose now, we can just pull that out. Okay, now we're down here. Let me just get the phone in there. See if I can get you a view. You can see that bolt just in there. Under the turbo there, just behind it. You can sort of see that little actuator bolt. That's the one we need to get to. We've got a bolt at the top and a bolt at the bottom there. It's not 100% necessary, but I think I'll just remove the battery just to give me a little bit more room so I can lean my arms in there and not struggle so much. 13mm bolt here on the clamp for the battery, and just two 10mm. It's only less than a minute to remove it. So what I've got here is a 1/4" ratchet with a long 10mm socket on it. Now if this is too long, you won't get it in there because it needs to fit under the thread so you can get it in. If it's too short, the thread's going to be too long, so you won't get the bolt on it. I have got go-through socket sets, which means that the bolt can come, the thread can come out through the centre of the ratchet, but I don't have a 10mm for that, so I'm going to use this one, and this should fit nicely. It's a bit difficult for me to get the camera in there for you, but basically need to get it on there, just under the thread, all the way onto the bolt there. And now just get it turned basically. Just need to get it connected on properly. So once you've got it loosened up there, you should be able to go in then and finger your way out. So just keep, sure if you can see there, it's a bit difficult to get a view on it for you, but she's there basically. I'm just spinning the nut off with my finger. So once you've spun that out there, you just obviously careful not to drop it. And there we have it, little 10mm bolt. Unplug the plug there from the top end, and we'll get the vacuum line off there, just this one. So now here on the bracket mount, we just have 3 little bolts there, 1, 2, 3 there, you can see. Using a 10mm spanner again here just to get on them. Okay, that's already cracked loose, so we should be able to do that by finger. So now I'm just twisting off these bolts here with my fingers from the clamp here on the bracket. Once you get to the last bolt here, you see it moving around. So I just need to get my fingers back in there. Give it a twirl, and she should come straight out now any second. Now the bolts are off, plugs out, vacuum line's off. It will just slip straight out. So here we have the replacement part. This is genuine VW here. If you're looking for any numbers on them, I don't know, but that's the numbers that come on them. And this is the box there coming. Those part numbers there on it. Okay, so we have both of the parts here, and they are slightly different in terms of the length. Yeah. So this one's, the newer one, is a bit longer than the old one. That's what she said. The replacement is always longer. So we need to figure out a way to adjust this bolt to the same as that one. And I'd figure out a way as in like this. So if I get this thread here rested on top of the other one, now get this bolt and just adjust it down so it's touching the top of the other bolt there. So that would mean that they're both the same length. Put a little bit of medium strength thread locker on there. I've got those matched up as close as possible there. Actually, I'm getting a little bit confused here with this because there's a few different ways you can adjust these. So you can start the engine, push the flap all the way down on the turbo and then adjust that down to it. The engine running, I don't really like doing it like that. It gets very hot as well. But obviously the way I've just done it there, there's more gap here than there is on this one. So I've actually done that wrong, so I'm going to have to start again. So I'm going to measure the distance from the actual diaphragm unit there down to the top of the bolt, which is 23 millimeters. This bolt is thicker, so that's why I'm going to measure it from that side of it. So having that unit the same length from the actuator diaphragm there straight to there, it's going to sit in the exact same spot as that one was. Once they're sitting from this way down, obviously I was measuring it from the wrong end there, so just because this is longer at that end, this is just wasted thread. Obviously you shouldn't really count that, but yeah, I think that's definitely the right way to do it there. And it's a good idea while you're in there just to feel that, make sure it's not tight. So basically I've just put the unit back in place there now, put the plug back in, those 3 bolts, and we need to get the bolt back on the rod down there. So we'll get my fingers back in there now, tight, and get it slid up into place. That's the new rod in there. You can just about see it just behind the turbo there. Really difficult to get in there for you. Show you the difference between a working one and a non-working one there. I'm going to connect it up to my pressure tester there. It's a midi-vac. So got this connected to the new unit, and if I pump this, you should see the rod come out and the pressure build up on here. So pump it like that. You can see the rod coming out there and the pressure, and that is holding pressure there. Rod's out, release the pressure, rod will go back in. Now connect this to the old unit. It's connected in the same way there. Let's pump the pressure up. Rod's not moving, and we're getting 0 pressure there. Okay, so that's everything back in reverse order there. So we're just running in the diagnostics now. It's all been fitted. So we're just pausing that there. We're going to go back to the engine module now. Okay, that's stopped. Now we can go back, click into the module, and we should have the code there that we had the last time. I think it was P. Oh, we've got the airflow sensor one, sorry, because we've had that unplugged, so let's clear that anyway. P0299 I was looking for. Right, so now we'll need to do some adaptions on the new unit there. So just here we have the option for that. So as usual, when you start up a VW after disconnecting the battery, you'll get the steering light there and the skid control. But once you drive about 50 yards up the road, they will disappear. We'll set the live data up there and have a look at this while we're test driving. And we certainly have boost back. So that's it, we're all sorted on that one. See you in our next video.